In the previous section of the course, we created dynamic worksheets by using pivot tables. In this section, we are going to create charts and graphics. In this first segment, we are going to create charts. In this exercise, we are going to use the yearly package volume _start workbook. I have already opened the workbook and saved it under the new name of yearly package volume. First, on the data sheet, if necessary, click any cell in the Excel table. Then on the Insert tab, in the Charts group, click Bar, and then in the 2D Bar group, click the first chart subtype. This chart's name is Clustered Bar. When we do, Excel creates the chart with both the year and volume data series plotted in the body of the chart. Now on the Design tab, in the Data group, we click Select Data. This action displays the Data Source dialog box. Now, in the Legend Entries Series area, click Year, and then click Remove. This removes the year from the body of the chart. Now, in the Horizontal Category Axis Labels area, click Edit. This displays the Axis Labels dialog box. Now select cells B3 through B9, and then click OK. The Axis Labels dialog box closes, and the Select Data Source dialog box reappears with the years in the Horizontal or Category Axis Labels area. Now when we click OK, Excel redraws the chart using the years as the values for the horizontal axis. Now move the mouse pointer over the body of the chart. This causes the mouse pointer to change to a four-headed arrow. Now drag the chart up and to the left so that it covers the Excel table. Now on the Design tab, in the Location group, click Move Chart. This displays the Move Chart dialog box. Click New Sheet, type Volume Chart, and then click OK. Your chart appears on a new chart sheet named Volume Chart. In this segment of the course, we created a chart and moved it within a workbook. In the next segment, we are going to customize the appearance of charts. In the previous segment of the course, we created charts. In this segment, we are going to customize the appearance of charts. For this exercise, we are going to use the Volume by Center _start workbook. I have already opened the workbook and saved it under the new name of Volume by Center. To begin, on the Presentation worksheet, click the chart to select it. Now on the Design tab of the Chart Tools Contextual tab, click the first chart layout. Its screen tip says the layout name is Layout 1. When we do, Excel changes the chart's layout. Now on the Design Contextual tab, in the Chart Styles group, click the More button. This displays the Chart Styles gallery. Now we click Style 7. It's the second from the right style on the top row of the gallery. Excel changes the chart style. Now right-click the values on the vertical axis and click Format Axis from the shortcut menu that appears. Doing so displays the Format Axis dialog box. In the left pane, click Number. This displays the number page of the Format Axis dialog box. And then in the category list, click Number. This displays the number formatting tools for the number data type. Now in the decimal places field, type 0. And if necessary, select the Use Thousands Separator checkbox. Click Close to close the dialog box, and Excel applies your changes. Now on the Design Contextual tab, in the Type group, click Save as Template. The Save Chart Template dialog box appears. In the file name box, type Cool Blue, and then click the Save button. Excel saves your chart as a chart template. Now on the tab bar, click the Yearly Summary Sheet tab. This displays the Yearly Summary Worksheet. And then we click the chart to select it. And then on the Design tab, in the Type group, click Change Chart Type. This displays the Change Chart Type dialog box. Click Templates to display the available templates, and then click Cool Blue to select it, and then click OK. Doing so causes Excel to apply the template to your chart. In this segment, we customize the appearance of our charts. In the next segment, we are going to find trends in our data. In the previous segment of the course, we customized the appearance of our charts. In this segment, we are going to find trends in our data. For this exercise, we are going to use the Future Volumes _Start workbook. I have already opened that workbook and saved it under the new name of Future Volumes. To begin, we select the chart by clicking it, and then on the Layout Contextual tab, in the Analysis group, click Trendline, and then click More Trendline Options. This action displays the Format Trendline dialog box. In the Forecast area, in the Forward box, type the value 3. This change indicates that you want Excel to create a trend line that looks forward by 3 periods. When you click Close, the trend line appears in your chart. Because the data on the horizontal axis is years 2008, 2009, and 2010, this trend line projects sales over the next 3 years, 2011, 2012, and 2013. In this segment, we found trends in our data. In the next segment, we are going to summarize our data by using Sparklines. In the previous segment of the course, we found trends in our data. In this segment, we are going to summarize our data by using Sparklines. In this exercise, we are going to use the Revenue Summary _Start workbook. I have already opened that workbook and saved it under the new name of Revenue Summary. To begin, select cells C3 through C14, and then on the Insert tab, in the Sparklines group, click Line. This displays the Create Sparklines dialog box with the data range C3 through C14 already appearing in the data range box. In the location range box, type G3 and then click OK. This causes Excel to create a line sparkline in cell G3. Now select the cell range C3 through C14 again, and then on the Insert tab, in the Sparkline group, click Column. Again, this displays the Create Sparklines dialog box with the range C3 through C14 already displayed in the data range box. Now in the location range box, type cell H3. Click OK to have Excel create a column sparkline. Now drag the right edge of the column H column header to the right until the cell's width is approximately doubled. Excel displays more details in the sparkline. Now select the cell range E3 through E14, and then on the Insert tab in the Sparklines group, we click Win-Loss. The Create Sparklines dialog box appears, and the range E3 through E14 appears in the data range box. Then, in the location range box, type I3, and then click OK. When we do, Excel creates a win-loss sparkline in cell I3. Now with cell I3 still selected, on the Design Contextual tab, in the Style Gallery, click the rightmost sparkline style. Excel changes the win-loss sparkline's appearance. Now click cell G3, and then on the Design Contextual tab, in the Group group, click Clear. Doing so causes Excel to erase the sparkline. In this segment, we summarized our data by using sparklines. In the next segment, we are going to create dynamic charts by using PivotCharts. In the previous segment, we summarized our data by using sparklines. In this segment, we are going to create dynamic charts by using PivotCharts. For this exercise, we are going to use the Revenue Analysis _Start workbook. I have already opened that workbook and saved it under the new name of Revenue Analysis. Starting on the Through 2009 worksheet, if necessary, click any cell in the Excel table, and then on the Insert tab, in the Tables group, click the Pivot Table button's arrow, and then click Pivot Chart. The Create Pivot Table with Pivot Chart dialog box opens. Verify that the quarterly revenue table appears in the Table/Range field, and that the New Worksheet option is selected. Click OK to have Excel create a pivot table and the associated pivot chart. In the Pivot Table Field List task pane, drag the Center field header from the Choose Fields to Add to Report area to the Legend Fields area. Now drag the Year field header from the Choose Fields to Add to Report area to the Axis Fields area. Next, drag the Quarter field header from the Choose Fields to Add to Report area to the Axis Fields area, positioning it below the Year field header. Finally, drag the Revenue field header from the Choose Fields to Add to Report area to the Values area. Excel updates the pivot chart to reflect your field placements. Now click the 2010 Sheet tab. This displays the 2010 worksheet. Select the data in cells B2 through E10 and press Ctrl-C to copy it. Excel copies the data to the Microsoft Office clipboard. Now on the tab bar, click the Through 2009 Sheet tab. This displays the Through 2009 worksheet. Select cell B147, and I will scroll down. This is the first empty cell in the worksheet, and I am scrolling using my mouse's scroll wheel. So click cell B147 and press Ctrl V. And click a cell in the table. Excel pastes the data into the worksheet and includes it in the Excel table. Now click the tab of the worksheet that contains the pivot table and the pivot chart. In this case, that is Sheet 1. The pivot chart appears. Now select the pivot chart, and then on the Analyze Contextual tab, in the Data group, click Refresh. Excel adds the new table data to your pivot chart. Now on the Design Contextual tab, in the Type group, click Change Chart Type. The Change Chart Type dialog box opens. Click Line, and then click the first line chart subtype. Click OK, and Excel changes your chart to a line chart. Now in the Pivot Table Field List task pane, in the Choose Fields to Add to Report area, point to the Center field header, click the Filter arrow that appears, and then in the Filter menu, clear the Select All checkbox. Select the Northeast checkbox, and then click OK. Excel filters the pivot chart so it only displays value from the northeast center. In this segment, we created dynamic charts by using PivotCharts. In the next segment, we are going to create diagrams by using SmartArt. In the previous segment of this course, we created dynamic charts by using pivot tables. In this segment, we are going to create diagrams by using SmartArt. For this exercise, we are going to use the orgchart_start workbook. I've already opened that workbook and saved it under the new name of orgchart. First, on the Insert tab of the ribbon, in the Illustrations group, click SmartArt. This displays the Choose a SmartArt graphic dialog box. In the list on the left side, click Hierarchy. The hierarchy graphic subtypes appear. Now click the first subtype, that is called Organization Chart, and then click OK. When you do, Excel creates a basic organizational chart in the body of your worksheet. In the Type Your Text Here pane, in the first text box, which is currently selected, type CEO. And then press the down arrow key. The value CEO appears in the shape at the top level of the organization chart. Now, in the SmartArt diagram, right-click the Assistant box, which is just below and to the left of the CEO box, and then click Cut. Excel removes the shape from the diagram. It also moves the shapes that were previously on the third level of the organization chart to the second level. Now click the leftmost shape on the second level of the organization chart, and then type COO. Click the middle shape on the bottom row, and then type CIO. Finally, click the rightmost shape on the second level of the organization chart, and type CFO. Move the mouse pointer so it becomes a four-way pointing arrow, and then click the CFO shape. Now on the Design Contextual tab, in the Create Graphic group, in the Add Shape, click Add Shape below. a new shape appears below the CFO shape. Click the new shape and type Comptroller. Now on the Design Contextual tab, in the Layouts group, click the More button at the bottom right corner of the gallery, and then click the leftmost style on the second row of the gallery. Excel applies the new layout to your organization chart. Now right-click the Comptroller shape, and then click Format Shape. This displays the Format Shape dialog box. If necessary, click the Fill category. Doing so displays the fill options. Verify that the Solid Fill option button is selected. Then click the Color button. And then in the standard color area of the color picker, click the red square. Click Close, and you'll see that Excel has changed the fill color of the Comptroller shape. In this segment, we created diagrams by using SmartArt. In the next segment, which is the last segment of Section 10, we will create shapes and mathematical equations. In the previous segment of the course, we created diagrams by using SmartArt. In this segment, which is the last segment of Section 10, Creating Charts and Graphics, we are going to create shapes and mathematical equations. For this exercise, we are going to use the Shapes_Start workbook. I have already opened that workbook and resaved it under the new name of Shapes. On the Insert tab, in the Illustrations group, click the Shapes button, and then click the oval shape. When you move your mouse pointer over the body of the worksheet, it changes to a thin black crosshair. Now starting near cell C3, hold down the Shift key and drag the mouse pointer to approximately cell E9. Doing so causes Excel to draw a circle. Now on the Format Contextual tab, in the Shapes Styles Groups gallery, click the second style. Excel formats the shape with a black background and white text. There is no text in the shape yet, so you can't tell that, but the formatting is in place. Now on the Insert tab, in the Illustrations group, click the Shapes button, and then click the rectangle shape. Again, the mouse pointer changes to a thin black crosshair when you move it over the body of the worksheet. Starting near cell G3, drag the mouse pointer to cell K9. Excel draws a rectangle. Now on the Format Contextual tab, in the Shape Styles group, click the first style. Excel formats the shape with black text, an orange border, and a white background. Now click the circle and type 2011 Revenue Projections. Then, on the Home tab, in the Alignment group, click the Middle Align button. This aligns your text within the shape vertically. Now, on the Home tab, in the Alignment group, click the Center button. This centers the text within the shape horizontally. Now hold down the Control key and click both the circle and the rectangle. Then on the Format Contextual tab, in the Arrange group, click the Align button and then click Align Center. Excel centers the shapes horizontally. Now, without releasing the selection, on the Format Contextual tab in the Arrange group, click the Align button, and then click Align Middle. Excel centers the shapes vertically. Click any spot on the worksheet outside of the circle and rectangle. This releases the selection, and then click the rectangle. On the Format Contextual tab, in the Arrange group, click the Send Backward button. Excel moves the rectangle behind the circle. Now press Ctrl Z to undo the last action. And on the Insert tab, in the Symbols group, click the Equation button. The text type equation here appears in the rectangle. Now on the Equation Tools Design Contextual tab, in the Structures group, click the Script button, and then click the Subscript structure, which is the second from the left in the top row. The subscript structure's outline appears in the rectangle. Now click in the left box of the structure and type Year. Click in the right box of the structure and type Previous. Press the right arrow key once to move the cursor to the right of the word Previous, and then, in the Symbols Groups gallery, click the plus-minus symbol, which is the first symbol on the first row. Now, in the Symbols Groups gallery, click the infinity symbol, which is the second symbol from the left on the top row. Now select all of the text in the rectangle, and then on the Home tab, in the Font group, click the Increase Font Size button 4 times. Excel increases the equation text font size. In this segment of the course, we created shapes and mathematical equations. This is the last segment in this section, creating charts and graphics. In the next segment of the course, we will learn printing.